Please have mercy. I hope you understand.
Hi everyone.
Hey everyone, today I'm gonna open the Uno Show 'em No Mercy card game. Before I begin, I do like to point out why it took me this long to make this video possible. I'm not gonna go into full details about it here. I'll save it for one of my vlogs a little bit later on the channel. But it has something to do with scalping. I do apologize for taking this long. So in the spirit of this product, and pun intended, please have mercy. I hope you understand. Thank you. Anyways, this version of Uno is not very nice. I mean, a wild draw 10 card? What the crap? There is a mercy rule where you are automatically eliminated from a game for having so many cards in your hand. And this card game gives you a lot of cards. That's a thick boy. So there are 3 decks, hence why there's this little placeholder right here, which is, well, nothing. And sadly, there's only English instructions. Whatever. I went ahead and took all 3 of the paper wraps off the decks. So here is the back of the Uno No Mercy cards, and let's get started. As you can tell, the zeros have a little symbol on each of them. If any one player plays any 0 card, all players must pass their hand to the next player in the current turn order. The number 7 is going to have an effect too. There it is, the ones with the arrows pointing left and right. If you play a 7, you must swap your hand with another player of your choice. There's your skips. The skip everyone card allows you to take an extra turn. Reverse card, this counts as a skip card in a 2-player game. Draw 2 card. And the draw 4 card. Before I proceed any further, there's an extra rule in Show 'em No Mercy called the stacking rule. And it works like this. If the player before you plays a draw card onto you, so you're forced to draw that card, you can avert the penalty to the next player by playing another draw card that is equal to or higher than the value of the card that was played on you. Let's say, for example, the player before me played this draw 4 card, so I'm forced to draw 4 cards from the deck. So if I want to reverse or send the penalty to the next player, I have to play either a draw 4 card or higher. And what happens is it stacks. So instead of me drawing 4 cards, I can play a draw 4 card on top, make the penalty 8 cards, and then the next player after me has to draw 8 cards unless they take advantage of the stacking penalty like I mentioned. And this continues until a player cannot play a draw card, and then they're forced to draw cards for that penalty. This is the discard all card. This allows you to discard all the cards in your hand of the color of the card that you just played. So for example, if you play this one, you discard all the red cards in your hand, send the cards to the discard pile first, and then put this one on top. And that is it for red, so now I'll just go a little bit faster through these. Okay, so that deck, upside down 9. So that deck is done. Let's go with blue next. Oops, upside down. I'll see if I can try to explain the stacking thing a little better. Let me just get through these first. Just because you haven't seen the wild cards yet. Like this one is a wild reverse draw 4 card. So what happens is, when you play this, the turn order gets reversed and then the penalty goes to the next player. Unless in a 2-player game you play this, then you take an extra turn, but you draw the 4 cards, unless you take advantage of the stacking penalty. There's a lot of those. The wild draw 6 card. Ugh, the wild draw 10 card. Yikes. This one is the wild color roulette card, I believe. When you play this, the next player has to pick a color, then draw cards from the deck one at a time until they draw the color that they picked, wild cards not counting. Then they take all the cards that they drew, add them to their hand, and they lose a turn. Oop, that one's upside down. And there's one more deck to go. This one might be just a little bit more generic, and it's upside down again. There might be some more wild cards in here, but I'm not sure. It might just be a bunch of, like, extra colored cards. I got green. Yeah, they saved all the green action cards in this deck. Oh, there's a couple more of these wild cards. So, oh yeah, here's the mercy rule. If at any time you have 25 cards or more in your hand, you're automatically out of the game. You send the cards over to the side until the deck runs out of cards, and you can use those cards to replete the deck. So, let me explain that stacking rule a bit better. So allow me to explain the stacking rule just a little bit better. Let's say the player before me played this draw 2 card on me, so I may be forced to draw 2 cards. Unless I can avert that penalty and send it to the next available player in the current turn order by playing another draw card that is equal to or higher than the one that was played on me. So let's say in my hand I have this draw 4 card, so I can play it on top because it's higher than the one played on me. And what happens is the penalty goes from 2 cards to 6 cards because I stacked it. 4 plus 2 equals 6. That new penalty then gets sent to the next available player in current order, meaning that they have to draw 6 cards or play a draw card that is equal to or higher than the one that I played on them. And that next available player has this wild draw 6 card. They add that to the stack. 6 plus 4 plus 2 equals 12 cards. So that's the new penalty, and that penalty gets sent to the next available player in current turn order. And this continues until a player cannot play the appropriate draw card to counter that penalty, and as a result, they have to draw the number of cards of that penalty that is equal to whatever the stack is. So let's say that the next available player that was played this on them, so the penalty is now 12 cards, they don't have a draw card to stop that. That means that player has to draw 12 cards from the deck. And one last thing, there's 2 ways to win this game, or in this case a round of a game, is when you play the last card in your hand, or if you're the last person standing, because players can be eliminated by having too many cards in their hand. Yep, this card game certainly has no mercy. As stated, it is definitely brutal, ruthless, and unapologetic. Good luck playing this. And with that, that's going to do it for this opening. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe for more, and don't forget to check out my gaming channel, Markis P Gaming, for video game Let's Play content. I'll see you later, but until then, like always, take care.